I'm Jack Roush, and I'm currently the Director of the Division of Speech and Hearing Sciences here at UNC. And I appreciate the opportunity to talk for a few minutes about the graduate programs here at UNC on this very special occasion of our 40th anniversary. The program here at UNC was founded by Dr. Robert Peters in 1969. At that time, it was called the Institute of Speech and Hearing Sciences. And in 1980, the program became a division in the Department of Allied Health Sciences. So it is now the Division of Speech and Hearing Sciences, one of 7 divisions in the Department of Allied Health Sciences in UNC School of Medicine. Dr. Peters was very committed from the very beginning to providing the best possible educational opportunities for future speech-language pathologists and audiologists. And we remain committed to that to this day. Dr. Peters was also very committed to advancing the knowledge that we have about the treatment and even the basic sciences related to improving our understanding of some of the underlying causes of the various communication disorders that we deal with. When the program started 40 years ago, we had only the master's degree. The master's was the entry-level degree for audiology and for speech-language pathology, and still is for SLP. Speech pathology master's degree follows the undergraduate preparation in communication sciences and disorders, and we continue to have a new cohort every year of about 25 students. So it's a 2-year master's program, and so at any given time we have approximately 50 master's students in our speech-language pathology program. Audiology a few years ago moved from the master's to a doctoral entry-level degree. And the undergraduate preparation is in the basic, similar as it is to speech language, the fundamentals of human communication sciences, normal aspects of speech, language, and hearing. But then the entry-level degree a few years ago moved to a Doctor of Audiology, or professional doctorate. So we started the program here at UNC, first audiology doctoral program in North Carolina in 2002. And it's a smaller program in terms of the enrollment, 8 or 9 students per year. And so since it's a longer program, it went from a 2-year master's to what is now a 4-year doctoral degree. We have more audiology students on campus than we once did. The first 3 years, they're on campus doing coursework and clinical practicum, and in the 4th year, they're in a full-time practicum placement, an externship. Also in 2002, we added a PhD program, and that degree, of course, is geared more to students who want to pursue an advanced degree with an interest in doing research and teaching in an academic setting. So in the PhD program, it's not really a cohort of students in terms of a particular number each year. It's more of a matching process of students' interests, qualifications, of course, but also matching them with mentors in their areas of interest. And so typically we might admit 2, 3, maybe at the most 4 PhD students per year. I think so at any given time we have somewhere between 15 and 20 PhD students, and the PhD can take anywhere from 3.5 years to 4 or 5 years, depending on the nature of the research and other factors. But we are very committed to admitting students into the PhD program who are interested in an academic career and are not interested in being students for the rest of their lives, but to finish that PhD and move out into academic positions. We've been very proud that has happened. Our graduate programs are consistently ranked among the very best in the nation. We're very proud of that, both in terms of the U.S. News surveys and also the Chronicle of Higher Education surveys, which are geared more to quantifying academic productivity and things of that nature. And we've we've measured up very well over the years in the national surveys. Our program has, through much of the 40-year history, been heavily focused on training future speech-language pathologists and audiologists to work across the age span and across all the different disorder areas that affect communication. About 10 years ago, we embarked on an effort to significantly increase the amount of research and extramural funding for research, and I'm very pleased and proud to say that that has occurred, and it hasn't occurred at the expense of our clinical training programs. We now have a number of grants from the National Institutes of Health, from the National Science Foundation. We have foundation grants, and are doing work, I believe, elsewhere in the presentation. In our 40th exhibit, we have a summary of the research that's currently ongoing, and it really does cover an impressive breadth of different areas related to our work in speech and hearing sciences. We've also had a longstanding commitment to leadership education and training grants, and we have been quite successful over the years in competing for federally funded training grants. We have at this time grants from the U.S. Department of Education and also from the Maternal and Child Health Bureau, and that allows us to have additional funding that we can use to recruit students and to provide funding for those students who have the potential to become future leaders, or in other cases, grants that are focused on a more specialized area within audiology or speech-language pathology. At this time, we have around 20 full and part-time faculty in the Division of Speech and Hearing Sciences. We operate a clinical program, a community center on Farrington Road. We call it the Hearing and Communication Center. And we also work in partnership with several outstanding programs elsewhere in the UNC campus where speech-language pathologists and audiology services are provided. And we really are most grateful to those programs and to those preceptors who are working with our students here in the department at the Center for Literacy and Disability Studies and elsewhere on the campus here. Certainly UNC Hospitals has a large number of audiologists and speech-language pathologists, master clinicians who share their expertise with our students. Also here on the campus, the Center for Development and Learning, the Frank Porter Graham Child Development Institute has been a place with a long-standing history of research related to, among other things, communication disorders in children. And even our dental school here has a craniofacial center that has a speech and hearing specialty area that addresses research and clinical work related to the speech production problems that we often see in children and adults who have craniofacial anomalies. We're also very fortunate to be in a community here where we can draw on the expertise of our community in the public schools here, in many other hospitals and centers, the VA Medical Center in Durham, and many other hospitals and centers that provide excellent mentoring for our students as they go out for their practicum and externship experiences. As we look forward to the future, we will continue to try to balance our priorities in education and teaching in the areas of research, both in terms of basic science and research related to the more applied areas, and in service, both clinical service and in service to the professional community and our professional organization. So speaking on behalf of the many faculty, past and present, and nearly 1,000 alumni from our graduate programs in speech language pathology and audiology, I just want to say that we appreciate the tremendous support that we've had from alumni and from the university in general, and in particular the UNC School of Medicine. And we look forward with great optimism to the next 40 years.